A little bit weaker laning phase, arguably, but and honestly, not even that much.
Yeah, and paired alongside a Pantheon, you're still going to find a whole lot of value as the Elise will be finally priority picked for Lehens.
This feels like Lehens is just playing what he wants.
I think Jiu trying... Oh, okay, that's a cannon locked in against the Renekton. This is something that we have seen many times in the past. It's a...
If you get caught by anything, if you're trying to make that flank and then Pantheon just stuns you, you're so squishy into a comp that will blow you up, but that you know, requires a lot of things to go your way. And if you can't even see the Rakan engage because the Nocturne ultimate is coming out, makes it a little bit more difficult to play around that Rakan flank.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and we're already fighting. Lehens goes up, goes down, and then goes down truly. And there's first blood going over to BDD. We needed the mental reset. We're going to need another one. All right, there is the knock-up onto Jiwoo. And, okay, Perfect goes home.
And this is the coin flip you often get with this Elise pick, especially when Lehens is playing it.
잡았고 나이스.
Yep, calling out to go for Elise, got him. Nice.
Just having a bit of a giggle.
He's like, leave.
Yeah, season. We've seen both of these, the different variants.
He is going to get dove here. Looks like Gideon's got the full stacks for that extra stun.
Yep, only level 3 here for Perfect as well as BDD is solo killed underneath his turret. That's kind of insane. The flash forward from Perfect, he's trying to go for it here, and he finds the 2v1. It is still going to be followed up, but that is a brilliant outcome here for the KT top laner.
Yeah, this Renekton is not going to be in this game anytime soon, though. So that's a big issue here for KT. A lot of their mid-game power.
Well, there's the flash cocoon. Come through from Lehens. A little bit of a split as far as the targets, but Peter is still taking so much damage. Does make his way out of there as Cuz will turn up to look to defend. Potato can be dangerous. Like, you've seen some of these potato cannons. They can get pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I just don't know if he's got a gun.
Maybe it's not even a potato. Maybe it's something else.
King 6.
Yeah, Keen's going to go in. Does get the stun down onto Doctarm. The flash over as Doctarm's going to have to flash, get himself out of the way. Doesn't have the Blade Caller just yet, but they don't have the damage to take down the Xayah. Oh. Perfect is going for a wraparound here, and they turn the lights off. They're going for the cannon, the flash forward to guarantee the fear as in comes Gideon, but Perfect is just playing defense while Kingen is getting taken down lower and lower. Still, he does manage to make it out, and there's no flash on Perfect. He doesn't have the dice, didn't get that one activated, and the cocoon placement is so good. Stompsville that we've been living in for the last couple of them.
And I want to see what happens when KT doesn't have a lead. How do they respond?
Yep, Slice going to come on through there as he at least has his Merc Treads done. Now with the Dominus and the teleport coming in, Perfect looking to stand his ground. Will get stunned up as the flash forward to try and lock down Lehens, and he just explodes.
Reset.
Yeah, now BDD with that reset angle, but not going to be able to get in there. And look, Cuz actually holds the paranoia.
See how aggressive BDD wants to be here. He may be caught.
Yeah, doesn't have Spirit Rush. Charm is going to connect really nice from BDD there, and Orbit Deception is doing a lot of damage. It's just a lost chapter.
Uh-oh, Calyx getting baited.
Yeah, there's the grand entrance, and Perfect just walks over and holds him in place. Still, Calyx not going to be dying just yet. Throws a bear down.
Lehens is also just lurking to look to cocoon him, and you know what? Kingen has flash and ult, and Perfect may die, even though BDD is waiting.
Yeah. Lehens does find that cocoon as there is the Dominus to keep Perfect alive, and it was all a bait! And look at all of the health with that Cull the Meek. That was kind of massive, but Gideon comes down. BDD now running for the hills as Cuz finally gets in. Didn't actually press the button. I think he was out of range to actually...
But...
Oh, the flash! BDD, he did kind of connect the charm. That's
it's Ocean! All right, this is starting to be too much here, though. I mean, Nongshim can really do no wrong here. Nice spell shield.
Yeah, Fear is going to be put together as the flashes are traded as Gideon goes in. Out goes Peter after the battle dance. Actually pretty cutely played as Doctarm gets behind the minions.
So much farm is being lost. This Renekton falling further and further behind. Perfect trying for something.
Yeah, we're going to dive on top here as he's going lower and lower. The cocoon going to go wide this time as BDD getting a lot of value out of that true damage. They just want to get towards the turret. The Blade Caller comes through and Doctarm! He gets the 1v1 against Jude. That was sick flashes everywhere. And the Spiderling's going to tank up the charm. Another paranoia comes in as Peter gets the quickness and he stays alive. Cuz gets into the back line and now he's looking to rend them down. Calyx comes in. He's got a bear in tow and he's looking scary. But the instant interrupt.
Steps back here. The fact that KT's getting these steps though is huge.
Oh my god, okay, BDD.
BDD, what the hell?
This game needs to calm down.
But he is shut down. Watch Duckdom also be a god over here. KT is playing this game on hard mode, but making it look playable.
I mean, it's still in a really rough spot, right? Like this
100%
not long for the world on the bottom side of the map. But let's have a look at this from Duckdom's perspective. Getting the feathers in position.
And live.
Oh, and we've got more fighting as KT in a great position here. Two just explode, and the charm is going to connect. BDD is now looking to get these resets and get out. Oh, the Orb of Deception he prepared earlier is gorgeously placed. True Shot Barrage is going to soften them up, and BDD has another charge available. Jiu needs to be careful as Peter looking for an angle. Tanks up the turret momentarily. They're going to take this one down, and BDD is going to look for the charm. Was actually expecting Jiu to try and escape, and instead, Jiu just kills him. And now Perfect is trying to slice his way out of the way of the bear, and the Annie doesn't have the mobility to chase after him.
Poor Nongshim has a significant lead, and against BDD here won't have the same side pressure he had into the Renekton as Gideon's coming up for a play, but KT are matching.
Yeah, they're going to get here, and the Paranoia is going to start this one off. The Slicing Maelstrom goes down, but he's tanking the turret, and he just gets wiped out. Gideon puts up the shield as Calyx, he can't get in, and they've singled out the jungler. BDD gets it. Another reset to come in here as he dives after Lahens, those pesky spiderlings. They're just the best vibes outside of Peter, who is the best vibes. BDD now potentially in trouble as Spirit Rush, one heck of a button, and he presses that, and now he's going to look to try and turn it here onto Gideon. Takes a bit of true damage there from the Orb of Deception as well, as Duckdom looking to chase after them.
Cuz just ults on Dragons to make it so they can't actually follow up on BDD.
Yeah,
what a pro!
Well, and also Nongshim were obviously preparing for an engage. Speaking of engage, Peter finds the angle, gets the double charm, Gideon flashes away. And yeah, this Peter guy is a bit of a surgeon on the Rakan today. As Perfect goes in, Kingin still very strong though. As we mentioned before, the teleport going to come down. Strikebreaker going to help hold the cannon in position. Flashes traded.
Against the turret bottom side, Lahens. Are you hiding for them or are they hiding for you?
Oh dear, well, the Spider's gonna go up and then comes down again, and now the Paranoia comes out yet again. Gideon trying to find a target here, but they've already lost one, and look at these health bars melt! Carl's looking to try and get out of there. Gideon's baited forward, because he just wants anything, and he will be denied. Perfect will get taken down as Jiu able to find yet another missing shot. What was that Arcane Shift? That was insanity. The charm hits, and he is cut down where he stands. The ace comes in, as Duckdom locks up a triple.
Feel it in Nongshim's play.
All right, Calyx going to be rotating over, and BDD comes in. The Paranoia goes down as well as he gets over the wall, does BDD. And Strikebreaker's in for Cuz. They'll find the charm onto everyone because Peter's able to lock them all down. He won't be able to escape this time, and Jiu does create some distance. Featherstorm used mainly defensively, but Perfect gets in there. Calyx goes down. Jiu now trying to kite as best he can, and Kingin not going to be doing anything here. Lahens finally shows up, gets a cocoon onto BDD, who gets over and looks for Jiu. Jiu gets the shutdown, and now Perfect is just going to cut him down.
How can you beat this team when they play this well? Like, they're playing perfectly.
Yep. Speaking of Perfect, he's going to dive in on top of Gideon, and I don't think Gideon's going to be going anywhere. Finally, the Nocturne shows up as Jiu puts the Arcane Shift on cooldown. He does get feared, Cuz taking some damage, but he just walks his way out. The footwork here from Jiu is actually working, but unfortunately he does not have a team anywhere else on the map. And now they're going to close in on him. The flash forward from Perfect and does get the stun. They get the knock up, and there is another ace for KT.
What can you do alone? 4 levels down on Peter in this game. 6 deaths on the Elise.
Oh, it's
clear the wave.
Ridiculous. They are just going to try and clear the wave as best they can. This one last minion is going to be coming through, but now Lahens doing some funny business. You walking out
TP
through the
flank.
base gates, okay. The health bars are somewhat low. And let's see whether Nongshim can find the angle. The flash Tibbers is going to have to be insane, but he doesn't even have flash. Gideon comes in with the Grand Starfall. And there is the Paranoia turn. Nongshim had to go for something, but I don't know whether this is going to work as they take down the Pantheon immediately, and BDD is looking for another charm. Onto Lahens, back over the wall. They find another one, of course. Peter goes in there to throw himself away. The Tibbers comes on down. It's doing a fair bit of damage as now Cuz able to get the spell shield, and Duckdom has singled out Jiu and will be able to pull back the feathers, but Jiu does get himself out of the way. Not quite enough there as Jiu will survive, and now looking for some Mystic shots towards Perfect. He has about 1.5 health.
Yeah, Duckdom's rip up wasn't quite enough to kill him, but I don't think he can be relevant in this fight anymore. Is King in?
Oh dear, he gets the control ward in. But that is generally not a good thing, as BDD, he senses that there's someone here, and Gideon was he just wanted to do some alcove gaming. In goes Cuz, they are going to kill the Pantheon, who does dive on top of BDD, but
he didn't have ult.
Die.
That reminds me of 2023, where they were the first seed.
Yep. And so they are going to be heading, most likely, to Busan. We'll see if it's on the back of Peter's play here as, yeah, the Elise goes up and does get taken out once again. On the Elise, BDD just putting together his Forbidden Book. And yep, in they go once again. BDD turns back up again with that new thing bought from the library. And Tibbers is going to go down as an afterthought. Gideon also falling. And Kingin, yeah, he built a rage plate, but that's mainly because of his feelings, ladies and gentlemen. Nexus turret number 2 going to be taken out, and KT back-to-back clean sweeps to bring them to a telecom war in Busan.
Well, the fact that Perfect was that far down, and that's what I wanted to see! He's looking for that T1 finger!
Yep.
Oh man, I
honestly, like, I'm going to be asked in the coming week, like, what's your prediction for T1 versus KT? And I'm starting to not really understand what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I was thinking about it after game 1. I was like, what if they have 2 more games like this? It's got all the Digimon.
That's why we see so many Digimon in the audience when BDD is playing, and I'm glad that we've got you here who actually understands a bit of it as Dr. Phenomenal series today, honestly, no notes.
I think KT really, the identity for me in these 6 games is they will punish you. You think you have a lead, you think you have that bottom side push, you think you could beat either Hanwha or Gen G. It's way more interesting than it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, we had the clear top 3 scenario, and we were wondering, you know, what the other team was going to come in, and it was going to be Goofy and Hee, and then they'll lose on Saturday. But that is not what I'm expecting here anymore, because this run from KT has been absolutely insane. And we know that teams' playoff momentum